Veganism is a viewpoint and way of living which seeks to exclude, as significantly as is feasible and practicable, all types of exploitation of, and ruthlessness to, animals for meals, clothes or any type of other reason, and through expansion, ensures the progression and use of animal-free choices. Vegetarianism is an perspective of empathy towards all creatures and all kinds of profiteering of creatures. In diet terms, it denotes the technique of dispensing along with all products obtained entirely or to some extent coming from creatures. The above-cited write-up, nevertheless, includes several quotations to say nothing of what we could call scientific-sounding articles. It is worth taking note that not one posted animal item, through significantly, has been pointed out for any sort of item that would be presumed to be an advantage and an ingredient in any item. There are actually many methods to welcome vegan living. Lots of areas provide chances for individuals to help make a choice, numerous supply vegan possibilities that can easily supply veganism. This infographic coming from the Center for America in Health looked at a sample of around 3,600 people in San Francisco. It shows a range of vegan bistros that deliver vegan options, and the best three are Café Bao, in Chinatown, has actually vegan choices but has appointments. Yet one factor all vegans possess in common is a plant-based diet plan, staying away from all creature foods items such as chicken, consisting of fish, shellfish and pests, dairy, eggs and natural honey, as well as steering clear of animal-derived materials, products checked on creatures and lacati. When talking about pets, veganism is determined differently. The main variation is the procedure given to animals that is usually defined through a spiritual group as non-contradictory, unsustainable. History. Although the vegan diet plan was described early on in the vegan societies starts in 1944, it was as late as 1949 before Leslie J. Cross pointed out that the culture lacked a definition of veganism. The label was after that made use of to describe all various other animal rights activities under the tag, Animal Liberation Movement. In 1948, it came to be the second label to be altered, veganism. The group was outlawed at that opportunity, and participants could not be spent for membership. He recommended the concept of the emancipation of animals from exploitation by male. We can merely acknowledge the ethical and economic relevance of the suggestion of collective reparation, and that the fact that such a concept can certainly never be carried out is because of the reality that pet sacrifice in any kind of type is a topic of our historical scenery, and the truth that this is eventually made clear as, to find an end to the make use of creatures through male for food items, job, hunting, vivisection, and by all various other uses involving profiteering of pet life through man. The animal rearing community is not obliged under this heading to alleviate any sort of participant of this community of creatures kindly, nor to support the members, but merely to handle with the participants. The community was first registered as a charitable organization in August 1964, but its possessions were later moved to a brand new charity when it additionally ended up being a restricted business in December 1979. The label was after that renamed the Society of Charity Schools and is now the Society of the Children's Association, SCARA. The second charitable organization to be signed up was the American Medical Association. The Clinical Association was enrolled in 1965 and the organization relocated to the U.S. in 1981. With this brand new company, the AMA was produced in 1967. The interpretation of veganism and the charitable items of the culture were modified and improved over the years. This has led to a much higher importance on the job of neighborhood as the groundwork of social activity and community lifestyle for vegan topics. It is important to be informed of how this has been deciphered in order to produce contrasts and distinctions regarding how these two types can apply in the modern world, and to recognize possible regions that are not in contract along with the existing understanding of veganism. By winter 1988, the current meaning was in make use of, although the wording has transformed somewhat over the years. The new meaning might transform the wording or even the terminology of the authentic documentation. That is, the definition itself may be modified, the authentic file might be revised, and the current interpretation may not always be applicable to the original documentation. This adjustment may take place if an existing file comes to be outdated, or has been produced outdated because of an incompatible improvement. A terrific bargain. You'll very soon find a whole brand new world of stimulating foods items and flavors opening up to you.